Good afternoon, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to another exciting community showcase race. We have Mom Spaghetti Club, and it's Tortellini time today with a great race between Dave and Scarcerer. My name's Vitasia. I'm joined on the microphone by Xenocat. Xeno, how we doing today?
I'm doing well, a little bit sleepy still from being up too late last night, but excited to see our runners deal with the stress of racing through what could end up being a very fast seed.
Absolutely. The Mom Spaghetti flag set is designed to be quite fast and try to keep you on your toes throughout the entire race as possible. We've had some incredibly fast times throughout this tournament season or throughout this club season. Many seeds being under 20 minutes. So we'll see if this is going to be another one. Nothing completely free right out of the gate, though.
Yeah, I do. We have a few objectives tied to the Darkness Crystal. If we get the Darkness Crystal, that is go mode. But that's also a big if. And I don't think our runners will be too keen to do the Giant Babel.
No, and I would venture to guess, even in the event that we see a Darkness Crystal, while that is immediate go mode, there's a lot of things that are just, quick checks. We do have a few different boss hunts: the Fabul Gauntlet, Evil Wall, defeat the Dark Imps, and I think I thought I heard there was one more, but
I think that's all of them. But, I mean, it's also like if we find the Sander Breather package, or even the Baron Key, we'd probably rather do that than the Giant Babel.
Exactly. So that's the point of Mom Spaghetti, is to never keep you comfortable and always keep you going a little bit faster. So we have an Edward start plus a Kane, and there's our laughing man right out of the gate. And how would you like a hook? And that was an interesting kit to start.
I mean, I'll take the hook. It's an extra character, so softens the Edward start a little bit. And
it is also K-Trap, so that does open up 2 additional locations as well.
That is important to note, yeah. We're probably not going to be rushing those 2 locations with this team, but we'll see where our runners head. It looks like they're both headed over to Troya.
Yep, Edward does have a freebie available to us, and S Wild is turned on, so all the good gear can be kind of all over the place, so it's worth checking just about every shop in the game.
Yeah, we do see ribbons for sale here in the armor shop. I think there were samurai bows in the weapon shop. And our free key item is a full moon today.
I'm not thrilled.
No.
It depends on if we have an edge or not.
Yeah, it's good for back rowing edge. I guess it's kind of okay.
Dave doing a little bit of looting, decides, it's always worth getting at least a little bit of money rolling in these sorts of seats. Because everything is so available in the shops, you do have to do at least some looting in order to be able to get some money going. It is sell quarter, though, so you have to do quite a bit of looting in order to really generate the kind of, cash flow that you normally need to get.
Yeah, and that sell quarter is also going to make our starting dwarf kit hurt a little bit, just because we can't sell those rune rings for quite as much. This is an interesting play from Scarcer, heading up into the Tower of Zot already.
That is interesting. I mean, he's gotten not a whole lot, but at least, yeah, I don't know about this.
We might be targeting the Flame Dog here, but I'm not sure that Kane is going to be able to take that Flame Dog down.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit rough. K-Trap is turned on, so it's a worthwhile check if you can kill it, but this is a little bit tight.
I mean, Kane might be well enough armored to survive here. Edward is not. Kane is not looking good. No, that's not good. Flame Dog hurts really bad. Oh no.
Oh, he didn't even save, so he has to restart. Oof.
Oh, that is really unfortunate for Scarcerer.
It's something that I think a lot of runners in free enterprise have done at some point in time. You do it
Oh, absolutely.
once or twice, and then you never do it again.
Yes. One of the first things you learn in free enterprise is to always save before you do anything where you could have to, or you could at all have a chance of having to reset. Don't take a single fight before you save. Don't go into any area with monsters and boxes before you save. Just don't even risk it.
The interesting thing is, of all those checks, he didn't lose any progress. Though.
Yeah,
so
there's
still checks, so it's only about a minute or about a 40-second loss really to get through that opening cutscene.
Yeah, but it's still a fairly costly reset, just because it does take a minute to get through that opening cutscene.
Worth pointing out, we did see an Artemis bow on Scarcerer's side there in the Damsian basement, and Artemis arrows available for sale there in the Eblin shop as well. So Artie is on the table, so that Edward already looking pretty strong if we can keep him alive for a little bit.
Yeah, if we can make sure that Edward gets some levels and gets a decent amount of defensive gear so that he doesn't fall over every fight, he might be able to actually put out some decent damage at this point. But also, we found Fu.
And we found our evil wall as well.
Oh boy.
This is a nice little combo here.
Yeah, we have a very powerful character, and we have knowledge that the hook route will give us an objective.
That Scarcerer is going to join Engine quite shortly.
Yeah, that evil wall is not pleasant at that spot, but I mean, it's an objective. It could be our underground access. I guess we can do it.
Of course, Sparse 70 is turned on, so only about 70% of treasure chests are open and available. So we're seeing a lot of these boxes that are already open, making these super dense locations like the Eblin Cave not quite as valuable as they once were. But that Stardust makes it very nice.
Yeah, that Stardust Rod is a very nice pickup here for Engine. We'll see if Scarcerer finds that as well. But essentially, we don't even have to worry about Fu learning spells or anything. Fu can just kind of wave that Stardust Rod around until he gets something.
Yeah, everything in the early part of the game will just melt to that Stardust Rod. A lot of the early checks, I think Hobbs is on the table because it's easily clearable now.
Yeah.
And several other locations.
Yeah, we can just kind of wave the Stardust Rod, and it should take out basically every boss on the overworld within 5 turns. And we do see we're going to put everyone in the back row here for Engine, get a back row glitch Kane. I approve of just not even equipping the fire armor. Excellent choice. Fire armor is terrible in that it makes you weak to fire.
I mean, the counter to that is it makes you not weak to ice. But
Yeah, it's never fun to just have an elemental weakness.
no, and there's rarely a point for it either.
Yeah. I suppose we'll need a little bit of time to take out this Mom Bomb. I don't think Fu is going to take her out take Mom Bomb out immediately. You gotta wait for the explode here.
Yeah, I do appreciate knocking Edward over. So Edward is setting, or Enjadave is setting Edward up as his agility anchor.
Yeah, we're gonna keep Edwards from getting too much faster than he starts with, because if we have one character that's really slow and we set them up as our agility anchor, then we can make all of our other characters go fast, and that's very good. I think there's a little bit more fire attacks in terms of what attacks we get from bosses. I'm not sure off the top of my head, though. My gut is saying that there's more fire attacks.
My gut is agreeing with your gut. I was trying to think, because while we have Rubicon and
Ruby does fire, Golbez does fire, Dark Elf does fire. Whereas for ice, I think it's just Leviathan and Ogopogo. D-Lunars do fire. Flame Dog also does fire, by the way. As we do see Scarcer has gone back for the Flame Dog.
didn't see what that item was.
Yeah, I don't think it was a key item. Dave gets through the antlion nest and just gets some crystal gauntlets. So no progression still.
An interesting turn of events. A lot of folks would end up resetting out of that because you don't really do much with the experience there. But it's a boss kill, and Edgy Dave is like, I would really like to power up my Fu as quickly as possible.
For sure. Magus Sisters here do fire, but they also do ice, so they're kind of a wash on terms of the fire armor. We do see Ogopogo. Fire armor might be useful if you're taking any of those blaze counters, otherwise not so much.
Scarcer, his Fu is using Artemis Bow and Artie arrows, but he can equip arrows, which is nice. Don't know if he found that Stardust Rod.
Yeah, I would expect hasn't found the Stardust Rod yet, is just trying to make use of the good bow and arrows to do a bunch of damage. Meanwhile, Enjadave is getting through this Magus Sisters. I expect this is mostly for the boss kill.
Yep, that makes sense. Interesting that between everything else that we've done, you know, a lot of the very common checks that we see in other seeds haven't been done. We're just at 12 minutes and just now getting to Hobbs. We haven't seen anyone do Fabul defense. We haven't seen anyone do, you know, check Baron in. We haven't seen anyone even try Hobbs. Or ordeals, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of that is just wanting to get a bunch of early boss kills on this Fu that we found in the hook route, and really not being drawn to a lot of the more traditional checks. And sort of being drawn away from that by the hook route as well. But we do get through Hobbs. It was just a cane on Hobbs, and I don't think we were allowed to take duplicates.
Nope, unfortunately not. So we are still hunting for another character, although Dave's Fu is certainly several bosses in. I know he knows at least Cure 3, and I think he knows a Black Magic level 3 spell as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw level 3, but I know he has got at least some level 2 elementals, so Fu is not completely useless on the offensive front. Oh hey, look, there's crystal swords for sale in Fabul.
Yes, of course. The meme now means that we will never find Cecil in this entire seed.
Yep. Also Bahamut here, so we're also not going to find Rydia.
When you need all the power, go to Fabul. That's the thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, surely that means Fabul Defense will give us a great reward that we can use, like an Avenger or something. Maybe an Adamant Armor. I don't think it can give an Adamant Armor, actually. Oh, we have Fire 3. Mylon is not going to have a good day.
No, this is... let's see. This Fu has a Stardust Rod, a Wizard Robe, and a Rune Ring. Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, that was 4 times Mylon's used max health there. We probably could have gotten away with Fire 2.
Yeah, but when in doubt, overkill is always nice.
Yes, there's no real consequence. And oh, a defense sword.
Arcane is gonna like that.
I was saying how there was probably going to be something decent from Fabul Defense, and I guess I was right.
Meanwhile, Scarcer also completes the boss in Antlion Cave.
Gonna be keeping the boss kill for the same reasons that Dave kept it. We want to make sure Fu gets as many spells as possible.
This is where I think the Mom Spaghetti flag starts to play into the effect, because we've not found any key items outside of our starting hook character here. Starting to get maybe a little bit nervous. Hey, maybe I went down a wrong path. Maybe something else opened up my way to the underground, or is giving me some more clarification on the rest of this seed. This is just kind of a big question mark right now, because we got nothing.
Yeah, we really don't have anything other than this vanilla Mylon and friends.
I did my best Dathus impression when I rolled this seed. What can I say?
Oh dear. Mylon killed Edward with his lightning, and then Cain had already decided that he wanted to betray Edward, but Edward wasn't a valid target, so Cain betrayed Fu instead.
Well, that's what we expect from Cain.
This is true. And now Fu has Quake, and nothing will survive anything anymore. And I think we have just enough MP to Quake this entire gauntlet.
All right, so here's objective number 1, Alt Gauntlet in the back attack pod.
We also do have a Stardust Rod. That will help.
Aaron Moore asks a good question. Is it Dathus or Dathus? And I think that's worth clarifying.
I've always said Dathus, but I don't know.
I've heard it both ways too. I've heard, I'm pretty sure it's Dathus.
Well, Aaron, Scarcer is going to have a little bit of a harder time with this Mylon Z, just not having any fire spells whatsoever. Can't use ice against Mylon Z. Mylon absorbs ice for some reason. But lit 2s will be enough. And we learn Fire 2 and Fire 3, one boss too late.
Scarcer is cursing. He's like, well, the game's got jokes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it does.
I think that what happened for Scarcer is Fu was like, wait, I know no fire magic. I can't allow this mistake to happen ever again.
Immediately learns all the fire magic.
Yes. It's one of those things where Fu was like, I had trouble dealing with this foe that was weak to fire. I need to make sure that I can always take advantage of fire weaknesses in the future. But it looks like Scarcer is going to give us a little bit of divergence heading over to Baron Inn. Skipping over ordeals for now. That's looking very vanilla.
It's very vanilla. Okay. 2 scoops at the Baron Inn.
I mean, why not?
That Stardust Rod at the start of Eblin Cave that Enjide picked up has been doing a lot of work for him. And Scarcer not picking that up has really kind of hindered, I think, a lot of what would otherwise be pretty easy fights.
Yeah. Fortunately, this Dr. Luge is going to be pretty easy for Scarcer. And we do see a spoon on Mount Ordeals.
I wonder if that's going to incentivize Dave to keep his Edward alive now.
Yeah, it is, I mean, it is the best weapon in the game. And we can always have Yang take over anchor duty. Oh, or we could get a Sanderby here, and now we have another objective available.
All right, so that's half of our objectives. Well, plus we know where our third one is, so...
Yeah, we are very close to go mode.
As, of course, everyone predicted in these Mom Spaghetti races.
Yes, the whole point is that we go fast.
Scarcer taking a second to meme here and naming Young Fist. Okay.
Why not? I mean, I guess we did find some key items on the overworld. That's nice. Dave is going to head to Baron Inn next. Does have Nuke on Fu, which is... So, Dave's Fu is ready to destroy everything. And our Sanderby character is a Palin.
Perfectly acceptable. Great character. Don't know how useful he's going to be, but, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. I expect he'll probably be more useful than Yang. Potentially.
Oh, absolutely. This is what is possibly the worst flag set that Young could possibly be a part of.
No, I'm sorry, the Omnidex flag isn't on. That would be the worst flag set the Young can be a part of.
Okay, this is a close second.
Yeah, Yang really benefits from limited gear because he doesn't rely that much on his gear. Catclaw, like his getting good gear for him is nice, but it's not as important to his damage output.
Yeah, it's mostly levels, and if there's one thing we've seen so far this season in Mom's Spaghetti Club, you don't get a whole lot of levels.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave is going to get his Palom here directly while
Yeah,
Scarcer climbs up Ordeals.
Yeah, and while our runners are sort of covering up each other's tracks, I do want to give a shout out to Scala, our restreamer today, for putting on the show, and Aaron, who are pushing the buttons behind the scenes and keeping us straight.
Not a lot of buttons to push in Mom Spaghetti Club, but the buttons that you do push, very important.
Yes.
Looks like Dave is selling a few things. Saw some crystal rings in this shop and says, you know,
Crystal
that sounds
rings
like
are
a
good.
really good idea.
Yeah, we'll take one. Scarcer gets through my one and friends. So we'll be able to head into the back now of Ordeals. I think I was gonna wear Nuke off of this gauntlet, but does have to get through this gauntlet first and doesn't have the advantage of the Stardust Rod to sweep through this gauntlet quickly.
Yeah, that does make it a little bit more difficult. Dave opting to immediately dive the hook route and saying, you know, heck, all those other key item spots and all of the trap chests that are around. I have an objective that I can go do, so I'm going to go do it.
Yeah, this is very fair. I mean, it's already gotten 2 objectives completed. We might see we're gonna go for a 3rd one and see if we can't find. What if the Dark Imps are at the King Queen spot? Then the seed's over. Well,
or like I can also see a scenario where we get the Mist package and the Darkness Crystal in Evelyn Castle, and at that point, you do those, you raise the big whale, and then you burn the Mist Village down, and the seed's over.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways for the seed to just be over. It's tough to know what to go for. Okay,
Yep,
looks
it
like
is
we are at
really-
least going to take out the trap chest in the hook in Edwin Cave. I definitely would not be a fan of fading these, so I approve of this. May as well take out the 2 stale men.
Get some levels on your Palom at the same time. And oh, hi!
And there's our Darkness Crystal, so now we're in go mode. You can keep going for this evil wall, but I would actually be tempted to go up, raise the big whale, and then go peek Cape Bahamut. Why bother going down here?
Yeah, because you know this evil wall is going to be a little bit garbage.
Evil wall's kind of terrible. Go check Cape Bahamut and the Myrrh Altar. They're both objectives. If one of them is King Queen Evelyn, you're in real good shape.
Aaron Moore, while yes, this is a fast seed when you compare them to other free enterprise clubs and availability, this is probably in the bottom half of fastest seeds completed by the top time in this club so far this season. That most of these are very, very fast.
Yeah. I mean, this just not roll. We didn't roll very great objectives for getting a super fast feed this time, but because there are plenty of objectives that are just not gated and we could have just had done immediately.
Oh, absolutely. And this club has had many of those, pop up. In fact, just a to plug the club one more time, if you want, join us over on Discord in the Mom Spaghetti Club. We do run a weekly async in addition to the every other week live race as well. So feel free to join us. Like I said, you can tell most of these seeds aren't a huge time commitment. So feel free to give us a join and run with us every week.
Also, this isn't a hook seed, by the way. The magma key was in the Mad Ogre's chest on the hook route.
Of course.
And oh my goodness, there's the
Dark
Dark Imps. I guess we're just done here.
Because, of course, we are.
Now the question is it faster to do this evil wall fight? Or do you just leave and raise the big whale?
I might just leave, honestly, because it's a walkout, an exit, and then a short cutscene. Evil wall?
Yeah, evil wall is pretty rude. But
He's gonna take it.
Try.
I mean, I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, I think we can get through this, honestly, through having nuke already. It's gonna take about 5 nukes, I think, here. So this is a little bit rough. But I think if we get through this, this is much faster than walking all the way out and raising the big whale.
It'll be close, one way or the other. Okay, here comes another nuke. Looks like Scarcer's doing a little bit of selling right now.
Yeah, just trying to get a little bit of shopping done, see what he can get to power up the party.
It'll be interesting to see if Scarcer ends up checking the Ebland trap chest as well. Hunting maybe for that missed package or something else. But there's the evil wall crumble.
Yep, so that means once this crumbles over, Engidave's done.
Didn't even have to raise the big whale. Absolutely had everything ready to go for it. But
yeah, no, we're just done. Enjidave has finished the race in first place with an official time of 32 minutes and 31 seconds.
GG's, Dave. Meanwhile, we're getting some new information here from Scarcerer as he completes Ebland Castle at this point, but GG's Dave does finish in first.
Yeah, we'll see about getting him in here for an interview. And it does sound like we are now joined by Enjidave. GG's.
Yeah, thanks. GG's everyone.
So, Dave, I gotta ask, what's it feel like to win one of the longer Mom Spaghetti's speeds in this season so far?
Hey, for once, almost all the quests hit tough quests, so made it more interesting. And then the hook route just said, "Have your go mode."
I mean, in more ways than one.
Yeah, I fully intended on clearing out the hook route, making a U-turn, coming up and raising the whale to end it. Because
Yeah, we were thinking at first, like, Evil Wall's a little bit rude. Maybe we go out, check, raise the big whale and see what's at Cave Bahamut or Murasame Altar, but then Darkness were there.
RA1 Fu is fine with Nuke and a Stardust Rod. And multiple MP restoratives.
Yeah, those are also very important.
I was like, saw me check my inventory. When I was checking my inventory, I was looking to see how much MP restoration I had.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, you're not getting through that with just Fu's base MP.
No, an elixir and an ether too. That's plenty. Let's go.
Did you consider turning around, like, after the Dark Imps, you're like, well, I don't have to fight this, I can just turn around, exit, and raise the whale, and I'm set?
I thought about it. And then I said, I'm right here. Evil Wall's not that long a fight. Although, it could have been nicer not throwing every single petrified Fu.
Yeah, that was a little bit rude.
I'm looking at Scarcer's key item list. I don't see it, so mind if I reset?
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
If I'm asking, you know what I'm up to.
Yeah, I think I do, yes.
Actually, it's gonna be faster to do this. Because my only save is down in the hook route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, it was a fairly generous start. The cane, or with the cane and what I believe is the dwarf kit.
Yeah, the dwarf kit was really, really nice. And Kane's pretty powerful, honest. Like for getting an Edward starter character, getting Kane and then immediate Fu access, why not? Especially with that Stardust Rod in Eblin Cave, that was a huge pickup.
Yeah. Yeah, that just made the plan. Let's use that to get all the spells on Fu immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that sped up a lot of fights for you.
That's why you saw me go to Mist Cave immediately. Why I decided to take the Magus Sisters. I was just fishing for Nuke.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got it. Took a little bit, but you got it.
Nice jaunty tune.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's fun.
Come on, it's a club race. You gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we were gonna see it the normal way.
Nah, probably not, because we saw that the Twin Harp was, I think,
It was buried. And you're likely to hit go mode before you get underground because of the double on the hook route. Unless you decide to take the magma key and pop a U-turn and go back out.
Yeah, no, that seems like a silly thing to do at that point. And even then, it's like, I don't know. I think that would be a tough sell. Especially doing, like, I don't think there's a realistic reason to pop out of the hook route before getting the Darkness Crystal. And then once you have the Darkness Crystal, you're in go mode.
Right, and then you're like, okay, I know where bosses, I know where my objective is. It's just order operations at that point.
Even if you don't want to do the rest of the hook route, you still have all of the objectives that are darkness gated. Like, you still have Raise the Big Whale, you still have Cave Bahamut or Mura Altar or Giant.
Yeah. But like we're saying, overall the seed was, once you go down the hook route, find the Fu and the Stardust around there, the seed is fairly straightforward. It's Fugo Burr.
Yeah.
Especially because Fire 3 was at what, 800?
Something like that, yeah.
You had a third tier elemental just super early.
Yeah, Fu got really powerful very quickly.
Yeah, that was one of my thoughts on C. Just find a Stardust Rod and then let Fu make angry mop noises. Also, that crystal
he made
ring.
very angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What was that?
Chris, we did see you buy the crystal ring as well. We're like, yeah, that's a good enough item.
Yeah, that was. Well, that was required because I had no one at less than 8 agility. Edge starts at 8 or 9. Yank starts, I believe, at 8. Alum starts at 8.
No, Eddie has 9. Young and Palom both start with 8.
Yeah. So the crystal ring was required to get food to RA1. That's why I saw it. I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, and it worked out well for you.
And here's something interesting. Scarcerer finds the Darkness Crystal and immediately nopes out and says, yep, I'm going to turn that in right now.
I definitely can get behind this play. Evil Wall is rude.
Well, good news for Scarcer. Never have to fight it.
Yeah. No, it's going to be, at this point, raising the big whale means that they won't have to fight Evil Wall.
Yeah, it's actually impossible to have to fight it.
Yes, they cannot fight Evil Wall anymore. I expect they'll probably go for one of the top of the moon boss spots.
I thought about that, just raising the whale and then continuing to dive, and I'm not sure which path is faster.
It's tough because you're already down in the hook route, and I think that with the Dark Imps being at the hook route, that made it faster. But I think without that, knowing that you would need another objective, it's...
Yeah, the thinking was I'll have to sit through the Falcon cutscene if I want to do that path.
Yeah.
I can see an argument. I don't know the timing. That's something that smarter people would have to figure out.
No, I think going to the moon is faster if you get something really, really free. Or free / really easy at like King, Queen, or Water Hag up on one of the moon altars.
True, and I don't think we'd see any of those.
No, we hadn't seen any of those bosses, so.
And Baron Guard or Hypo Guards are still out there.
Yeah, Hypo Guards are still out there. There's a bunch of, so we have a few options for bosses that you can defeat much more quickly than you could defeat Evil Wall.
And with the information you would have when you're making a decision, Dimps are still out there.
Oh yeah. Not that matters as much because it's just neat. It's an objective, but the freeness
But still,
is
that was
nice.
something you could chuck some coffins at because there were coffins for sale.
Yeah.
Also, the odd thing about this particular seed was there were 3 boss hunts, yet got all 3 boss hunts.
Hey, that happens sometimes. Rando gonna rando. And speaking of bosses, there was something very nice that you showed us immediately in this seed.
Laughing Man was hidden?
Yeah, no surprise Laughing Man.
Did that disincentivize you from hunting for a possible early Baron Key? Because you're like, Laughing Man.
It disincentivized me from finding Star Veils immediately. Because the one boss I was going to need them for, and it also told me, well, it may have, but having the Fu, I would have just set up by knocking myself down 2 characters and then just nuke him. Those turn on encounters like right outside Baron set up.
Well, I do not want to monopolize all of your time on this otherwise wonderful Saturday afternoon, but Dave, do you have any other thoughts on the seed or the club in general?
It's been a fun club so far. Just I like the idea. I like the just pure chaos of it. I'm not sure if that was the initial intent.
That mom spaghetti feeling is absolutely the intent behind it all. But with that said, Scarcerer completes the Dark Imps, and at 43 minutes and about 55 seconds or so, we'll see what the official final time is. Scarcerer does complete his as well.
Oh wow! You mentioned about finding free stuff on the moon. According to spoiler chat, there was a free boss in an objective spot.
Naturally.
Of course there was. We'll see if Scarcer is available here directly, but we appreciate you, Dave, and have a great rest of the day.
Have a great day.
Makes me wonder. I mean, that's the chaos of the Mom Spaghetti Seed.
Yeah.
In clubs. So, always worth checking those bosses if you possibly can.
Yeah, and it does look like we are now joined by Scarcer. GG's.
GG. Thank you.
Yeah. Had a little bit of difficulty there in the early game, but I think once you got started, it was a pretty smooth race for you.
Yeah. Memes aren't always dreams.
Mm-hmm. Flame Dog is punchy, as it turns out.
Yeah, I think the last few times I managed to meme my way through Flame Dog, I had much better gear. And I was forgetting that.
Yeah, between that and I think by that point in time, Kane was only equipping with the Drain Sword, which is of course minus agility on top of that, so everything was slow.
Well, if I'm going to learn one thing from this, it's not to ignore my starting key item.
Yeah, it kind of had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you pulled it, you got to it eventually, but that Stardust Rod there, getting food early, and then the Stardust Rod right there, really I think catapulted because you got the food early, but did not do the looting. I think picking up that Stardust Rod really helped. At least took a couple minutes off of Dave there between the two of you.
Yeah. I didn't loot the cave because Fu had no spells.
Mm-hmm.
And if Flame Dog is punchy, the stale men are a truck.
Yeah. No, that's very defensible. What Dave ended up doing is he found the stale man chest, reset out of it, like I said, saved down in the cave, and then looted everything else. Because there wasn't really a good way to take on the stale man chest at that point, but you may as well get the decent loot around it, and so Dave ended up getting that Stardust Rod, which saved a lot of time on the gauntlet and just a lot of the overworld checks in general.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That explains 10 minutes.
Yeah, turns out Comet is a good spell.
Yeah. Though this was definitely a slower seed than usual. Usually you don't even have to go down the hook route.
Yeah, no, the seed didn't give you any easy objectives. It was like you have to work a little bit.
Yep. Well, thank you all for putting on a wonderful restream. Hope you all have a good afternoon, evening, morning, day.
I mean, I do want to say that like you ran really well. It was just one of those cases of unfortunately not opening the right box, which can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
By the way, but GG's for sure.
GG.
Yep, GG's again.
And with that said, our lunch break is over. So, time to wrap up Tortellini time, Mom Spaghetti Club, wrapping things up. I do want to give one last shout out to everyone behind the scenes. Of course, Scala Kitty for the restream, Aaron Lore for the tracking, and of course, Cat, my wonderful co-commentator. It's always a pleasure working with you.
Yep, always a pleasure working with you, Vitasia.
We are going to be raiding over to RPG Limit Break. They have a Dragon Warrior rando that is going on right now, so we're going to give some love to those folks over there. Just thank you, everyone in the community who's showing up to these races. Remember to join us over on Discord. If any of these community club showcase races here or in any of the other races seem to at least pique your interest, now's the time to dip your toe into the rando stream here. The water's plenty warm. Come on in. We'll see you guys at the next race. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Yeah, take care, everyone.